Hello all, this is Abhishek vyas, 8th semester BTech CSE student at Suresh University. Today I am going to talk about my lab project that I made for Network System Security Lab. The title of the project is Simplified Implementation of Standard DES Algorithm, which I implemented using Java language. Let's go to the next slide. So let's introduce everybody to DES. What DES stands for: Data Encryption Standard Algorithm. It's a standard algorithm approved and patented by the NIST. Although the patent is ended now, U.S. government, Department of Commerce, for encryption and decryption of binary coded information for commercial softwares or any other software for that matter. And DES is a symmetric key cryptographic algorithm system. That means that DES algorithm a public key for enciphering and deciphering the address between the end users, that is sender and the receiver. There is no private key here, and the public key is not made public to at all. DES is considered a strong symmetric key cryptographic algorithm and is still used in some applications. Block cipher technique is used in DES with feasible mathematical structures, block structures. So this is the DES encryption algorithm block diagram. So what we have is input 64-bit that goes to initial permutation divided into two halves, right half and left half, which is XORed, and there are sub keys generated. There is one key, that is right, but there are sub keys generated for each round, and there are 16 rounds for after the initial permutation. Permuted input is divided into two halves, then they are XORed by going through a feasible block function, as you can see in the block diagram. And this goes till 16 rounds. Then we have the initial inverse initial permutation, then that is inverse, then we get the output, that is the encrypted DES output, and that is sent to the receiver, and the receiver decrypts it using the the reverse process. So the hardware and software used for the implementation is 800 MB RAM minimum is required, 1 GB HDD space is preferred, a good x86 dual core processor preferred. Software used Java SE8 was used, but SE6 functions are used by me in Java program I developed for DES. IDE was Eclipse IDE Mars, and Windows 8.1 OS was used. Notepad++ was used for editing, and then I used to transfer it to the Eclipse IDE. Compiled and executed in Eclipse IDE Mars. Implementation is licensed as open source using GPL, General Public License, Apache license, terms and conditions. So how I implemented the standard DES algorithm, it's simplified version actually. In Java, first initial permutation was defined as an array, next expansion permutation was defined as an array, 1D array basically. The final permutation also defined as an 1D array, but substitution boxes are implemented using 2D arrays. Feasible block cipher mathematical function is defined as an array. That is already, NIST has already defined what is the feasible function here, so I take it from there. Keys and sub keys are generated as per DES algorithm, standard DES algorithm using the 64-bit input. Block encryption algorithm is implemented, expanding to entire DES encryption using keys generated, 16 rounds used. After encryption, the test cases are developed in the main method for testing implemented DES algorithm in Java. The decryption is implemented in the exact reverse manner and encryption is calculated. So that is the algorithm for implementation of DES in Java. This is the code snippet, first part. Second part of code snippet that also includes the main function. As you can see, the test cases, 2 test cases are there, and the last test case uses some hexadecimal function, hexadecimal input to parse to test the DES value. And this is the output. The DES algorithm implementation works correctly, keys are generated correctly, message is received as expected, and every test case is passed by the DES implementation algorithm. So it is successful project made, and that's all. I hope you like the presentation.